Hi guys, it's Jamie here. I decided I would like to have a go at the Old Masters palette. And initially for speed, I was going to work with an abstract. Then I came across an art style called Vortism, which was an early 20th century response to rapid industrialisation by some of the art community. The most famous being the British founding artist Wyndham Lewis, who wrote the rules in 1914 in his Vortism manifesto. Now, you may be wondering why I'm cutting out geometric shapes from modern architecture photos that I've taken from free online sources, put into a Silvertone black and white, and also into a high definition, and arranged 2 pages of those examples for you, which you will find in Dropbox as printables, but obviously you are welcome to find your own sources. If you live in a city, you may decide to go and take some photographs of modern architecture around your city, print them up in black and white. And the reason I am cutting geometric shapes out of the modern architecture is because the first part of the Vortism manifesto was geometric abstraction. In other words, abstract forms that are emphasising the sharp angles and lines and intersecting planes. And while normally I'm perfectly happy to buck the rules, when I came to put my collage together, I decided to reject the spiral staircase that I did cut out. I didn't reject it on the basis that it didn't form part of the geometric forms or the sharp angles and lines. I rejected it because it lacked the dynamism and movement that is associated with Vortism. Because it was a response to the speed of industrialisation, you are trying to get that sense of speed and motion within the abstract collage that you produce. However, the collage we produce today is only a basis for our final piece. Because traditionally, Vortism artists used bold colours, but we're using the Old Master colour palette. So we are really going to have to play to get that dynamism into our final creation. Another part of the Vortism manifesto was that of machine aesthetics. Artists tried to incorporate elements of machinery and technology into their works of art. While you are welcome to do so in your piece, I have chosen a modern urban environment in these skyscraper photos as being my nod to that machine aesthetics. Having cut out various geometric shapes from those modern architecture photos, I'm now creating a small grid system. If you use inches, just find some measurements that are easily divisible by 3. The reason we're creating a grid for the collage that we're going to do is so that we can use the rule of thirds. While all rules are made to be broken, and many experienced artists do, this is my first time doing this form of abstract, so I thought I would use a traditional composition tool. Therefore, I've divided my watercolour paper using simple maths and a grid into 9 equal parts using 2 horizontal lines and 2 vertical lines, which is why using the 3 times table really does help you do this. The points where the lines intersect are considered to be the most visually appealing areas for focal points or elements of interest in composition. However, I kind of go on to ignore that particular rule. But I did follow the idea of avoiding placing any of the main subject pieces in the exact centre, because having a central focus makes a piece quite static and less engaging. And of course, with Vortism, we are trying to get that dynamic, engaged sense of speed. So here I'm just playing with my different pieces, placing them along the lines or intersections which are known as power points. So what I'm doing here as part of my prep is just trying things out, trying to get a balanced and visually pleasing composition. I'm hoping to be able to create a sense of movement, depth, even visual interest by placing some of my important elements off-centre and by allowing negative space to exist and balance the composition. Do remember at this stage this is only part 1 of 3 to 4 different stages to produce this abstract. So really this is all about playing, experimenting until you find something that is easy on your eye and you find appealing. Now I'm happy with my piece and a lot of bits of architecture are going in the bin. I'm just erasing some of those grid lines so I get a better sense of how it looks. That is stage 1 basically done. All I'm doing now is gluing it into a fresh page on my commonplace book, and I will be adding the Old Master colour grid next to that. So I'm going to be using my left hand page for all my prep, and then my right hand page will be for the final piece.